Two girls who love hoops and love to chat. Parasocial, yeah, we're owning that. Crash out energy, hot takes on deck. Welcome to the podcast. Who knows what will happen next?
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Hi. So we have one quick announcement, which is that we have changed the name of our podcast already. We are now going to be Courtside Banter. Is that it?
Yes, we have the name of our podcast.
We do. We had realized when we had posted this onto YouTube that there was a lot of like buckets and banter already. And so we decided to change the name to Courtside Banter with a 3, for both making a 3, but also Leandria's favorite number.
It's my favorite number. It's also my number in my sorority. So shout out to the 3s.
What does that mean, your number in your sorority?
In your sorority, you guys didn't have like an anchor or a ship and in a lot of historically Black fraternities and sororities, everyone has a number in their what you would call a pledge class.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, we had pledge classes, but we didn't have like
numbers.
Pledge numbers.
You had like 100 people in your pledge class, I imagine.
No, I went to a smaller school, but yes, traditionally there were like hundreds, but I think my pledge class was probably like, I think we had 100 people total, like in the sorority. I want to say that house total, which was like the number we had to get to, was 100. So I would say like a pledge class was like 30 to 40-ish, somewhere around there. Yeah, but we didn't have numbers. But yeah. So, go ahead.
We made our first podcast, and that was really fun.
It was. I know.
One of the things.
Yeah, we have been talking about making a podcast, mostly just because we love, just talking to each other and talking about basketball. Every time I'm driving home, and I have like an hour drive home, I'm always calling Leandria, and we are mostly talking about basketball. So we decided that, hey, let's start. Let's record it. Why not? It could be fun. A cool little project.
Yes.
How did it feel for you making it?
It felt really good on what was that? Was that Sunday or Monday? Whatever day that was. It felt really good. It feels Sunday. Like a very long time ago. But it was nice. We've had, 5 people listen to it. So shout out to those 5 people. Shout out to Bryn and Lizzie. We thought it would just be Lizzie.
Thank you.
And we've received some feedback. So we'll incorporate that into our new podcast that is now Courtside Banter.
Yes. I know. Bryn is a friend of ours. You should follow her on TikTok. If anyone listens to this, that's not Bryn and Lizzie.
Lizzie can then follow Bryn.
Yeah. And she gave us some really good feedback today. We saw her today because the first thing we were actually going to talk about, and the reason why we only waited 2 days to make the new podcast was because, as we had mentioned before, Leandria and I are season ticket holders for the Sparks. Occasionally, they have really cool events that we can go to and enjoy. Today, they had an open practice, and so we went to the open practice and we're able to watch them, practice for a couple hours. And then Lynn Roberts was really cool. She stayed after and let people ask her some questions. So we really made a fun day out of it. We both played hooky from work today.
We did indeed. I think my first impressions, when I was watching the practice, first of all, it's just super fun. Because I would imagine it's, I had a thought that, what they do in a professional practice is probably a little bit different than what you would see if you were go to your goddaughter's practice or like, high school
Yeah.
practice. But what was really cool to me was the amount of communication. And I remember they were like saying like the name of the plays, and then everyone is the point of a lot of the drills was to get the players to communicate with each other and gel a little bit more, because it's a pretty new team. We have maybe 3 people coming back, and of those 3, I think only 2 are starters. So I kept thinking about like theater, like when the stage manager calls, like, you have 5 minutes, everybody says thank you 5 to acknowledge like that you've heard the thing. And that was the thought that was in my mind, which was funny to me because, theater. But yeah, it was really fun to watch. And like, it's really good to see people in practice and in their element. I think we got to see the rookies like really shine in practice. I think last time we were talking about how Saniya Latson hadn't had any minutes. I thought maybe she had, but I don't know. I'd have to fact check that. But like, she's really good in practice. Like Chance Gray was really good in practice. Like, it's just fun to see people. And then there's just like so much love and respect for all the people that are on the court. And it's cool to see them like encourage each other. And
Yeah.
it was cool to see like the vets kind of giving direction. Like Nneka was really direct. It was cool to see her in her element. Like she's the president of the union, right? So she's a leader, but it was cool to see her be a leader on the court, because like we're sitting somewhat close to the players, but we can't hear what they're saying. We're also sitting very close to the DJ.
Yeah, we're really close. If you're wondering where our seats are, we are right next to the DJ.
Yeah, which is fun, but it's like there's a lot of communication that's going on out there, and so it's just cool to see.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts, impressions?
Yeah, I agree. I think the rookies that impressed me the most was Chance Gray. I'm like, did she miss? I don't think that she missed a basket. Like she was, and her defense was amazing. Like, so I think that was probably the coolest part, is getting to see the players that don't get a lot of minutes on the court. And so you don't really get to see how they really play, and definitely got to see, them showing what they can do and why they're on the team, and really impressed. I was really impressed by her, as well as JP. They kept calling her JP. Yeah. Oh yeah, her too. But I was really Park. She, I think that at the end when Lynn came over and was allowing us to ask questions, I was watching them because she was still in the background. Her and Wheeler and Kate Martin were all back there still shooting. And I was like, oh my God, Park has not missed a dang basket yet. Like she was making every single one. And I know she made some mistakes during the practice, because you're able to listen to the coaches correct them. And I do think she probably got the most corrections, but I was impressed. I was impressed by how many baskets she was able to make. I was really impressed with Gray, from top to bottom, like defense, offense was really cool. But I think my favorite part was I think you see Nneka be a leader. We know Nneka is a leader. My respect level for Nneka just grew watching this practice. Truly, there was a point where Nneka turned to the base, to the team. They were all on the court doing a drill, and Nneka was like, why are we louder on the baseline than we are on the court? And I was like, yeah, like, get it. Like, they need people like that. Like, they need the veterans to make sure that everyone's talking and doing it, and taking practice as seriously as, they would the game, because like there's a lot of things that they need to work on. And if you're not talking in practice, you're not going to talk in the game when it's going to be louder. And it might have been uncomfortable for some of the younger players, with all of us just like literally staring at them, just practicing. Yeah. But it was a lot of fun. And we had said that we weren't going to say anything about KP, and I think we're still going to stand by that. But since the news that she hurt herself during practice was out, that was a practice that we did get to see. But the only thing we're going to say about it is that we love KP, and we're sending her all light and love. And we have no idea how serious the injury was. We wouldn't be able to tell you, even if we did, and we wouldn't, because we don't want to talk about that. But
Yeah, sending her love and light. And it was awesome to see her in practice too, right? Mainly because like whenever you see her play basketball, she has her bun. Like, whenever you see her on the court, right? So like the first thing we were like walking down to like sit in our seats, and it was like it's so weird to see KP with like just a ponytail, right? Like
I was like, who is that? I literally was staring at this person, and I was like, who is that? Because her hair is long.
Yeah, super.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just like really good energy and really good vibes. And I think what's also cool is like when they make a shot, like let's say they put a shot up and it doesn't necessarily go in, everybody's like, good shot. Like you put a good shot up, like it'll go in next time. They're all really encouraging of each other, and I think like I just wonder if we could bring that a little bit into our own lives. Like, you know, you might not do the thing 100% the way that you're gonna do it, and your inclination in life might be to tell yourself like, oh, I messed up, or I'm so dumb, or like whatever your self-talk is. But it's like maybe you know, go about your life like you're a professional basketball player and tell yourself like next time, like you got it.
Yeah.
I think that was really beautiful.
And if that's something that you want to know more about, I'm going to say, Bryn, who's listening to this podcast, hopefully, you really, this is a huge part of what Bryn really focuses on. And so I really recommend finding her and hearing her, you know, actually educated thoughts on positivity and having a sports psychologist and why those things are important. She's awesome, and she has a lot of really great insights. So, and I'm not just saying that because she's our friend and she's one of our 2 listeners, but I really believe that. I really believe it.
Okay. Or the other 3.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bryn's awesome.
Yeah, we did watch some games, but it's there was only 2 games on between the time we recorded the last podcast to this one. So we really just wanted to do this one because we did want to talk about open practice and what a great experience that was. And being able to see them, and also the practice players. You want to talk about Showtime?
Yes. I don't know that we've ever been to a women's sporting event and didn't either call someone by their first name or give them a nickname. I feel like that's just a thing that we do. But they do practice with men that Coach Roberts was talking at the end. It's like these guys might have played in junior college, or maybe they play in college. They audition, they try out, they get the role, and
theater showing.
Yeah, the theaters. And then they kind of like learn their different, you know, parts and stuff and what they're supposed to do. And a lot of the guys, I mean, the guys are good, right? And they're big, like they're what you would think about when you think about a man playing basketball in college. But there was one who's literally like, okay, bro, like we're not here to see you, all right? Yeah. I won't say his number, you know, in case he's listening, but like, okay, Showtime, like you didn't have to do all that.
They all had the same number, so
yeah. And I wonder too if they switch number, like if it probably doesn't matter what number they get, or maybe their number is there, you know, like maybe the 4s and the 5s are the actual 4s and the 5s, like, you know.
Oh, maybe.
Anybody's way.
Think about that.
There was one guy who was playing like this was his opportunity. Like the scouts were out there in the audience. Like he was going to get picked up. It was like, all right, bro. Nobody come to see you, Otis. Like, go sit down.
He got the ball, and then it must have been a steal. I honestly can't remember. And then he dunked it, and I was like, sir, nobody wants to see you dunk the damn ball. Nobody.
It was literally silence. Everybody was just like, okay, bro.
Yeah, literally. We just were like, and that's when we gave him his nickname.
Yeah, I was like, okay, that's Showtime. He's out here. Yeah. Which I'm like, hey, far be it from me to stop it. We don't know who was in the audience. Maybe there was a scout out there.
That's true.
But I would imagine if you are trying out to, you know, be on the practice team, that like maybe the dream of being on a professional team is not, you know, in your purview now. So, you know, don't make it about you.
Exactly. You know, and it's like, I want you to play hard against our girls, like I do. Yeah. And our girls, by the way, just so that we are clear, besides Showtime just trying to show off, our Sparks were playing really well against them. They had like a score, but we're not sure if that was really keeping score. But because at one point it was like 17-2, and we're like, I swear they made another basket in there somewhere. But we really were, you know, outperforming them, I think, in my opinion, as you should. But yeah, it's not Showtime. Showtime was not going to let it go.
He was using this as his opportunity. And you know what? Shout out to him. But that's what he was simply named Showtime. There was also another one. Number 2 was just like, they were doing like the same type of drills, and then they would switch. They had like 2 different teams, like the starters and the not starters. The not starters. Yeah. And it was interesting too, because like, at one point Liz was like, they got into that drill really quick. Like the starters was like, well, they know it. Like they've been here before, they know the plays. Even
they're
like
over there.
yeah, like even like Wheeler and Atkins, like they they catch on really quickly. But then you went with the other players. It's like the coach really broke it down. But even though the coach really broke it down, I was still sitting there like, I don't know what this drill is. I wouldn't know what to do. So it was all really cool, and it was really cool for me too because we haven't gotten to see Ziegler play.
Mm-hmm.
She's
Ever.
really
She's
good.
development.
Yeah, she's really good. So I'm excited to see like when she finally gets to play. I'm excited to see her. I thought at one point I was like, because I know her last name is Park, but I didn't know what her first name is, and I was like, is her name KP as well? But they were calling her
JP.
JP.
Yeah.
She was
I
really
think her
good
name's
as
like
well.
June.
Yeah, it's
But
like
I might just
JIHYUN. So I don't know how to pronounce that. We'll look it up.
Yeah, we're gonna.
But she was doing really well. Really good to see Latson. Because we haven't really got to see much of her. And then again, like Chance Gray, like I remember she's really good defensively.
Chance or is it Choice? Are we?
Let's look it up. Let's get the roster going. But she has had a few more minutes than the other rookies.
She has.
And she's been very good defensively, but she doesn't always make her shots. But like in practice, she makes
Chance Gray.
Yeah, I think it was Chance.
Choice is that one girl that's dating
oh, you're talking
that
about
influencer.
Antine. Yeah,
she's dating Antine. Her first name's Choice, right?
Yeah, it's Choice. That's Tabitha Brown's daughter. But yeah, really good. And then at one point, we were just like looking at people's shoes and being like, let me get a.
They had some really cool shoes. So you know what? If I can figure out how to edit this, I'm gonna add some pictures of their shoes that we took. Yeah.
Really cool. Even one of the practice players, like shout out to him, he had on some purple.
Oh, you're gonna have to send me his. I deleted his. Oh wait, you sent it to me in a text. They're still there.
Out of my phone.
I was like, get the men out of my phone. I'm only here for the women. Thank you.
I actually remember him. He had on some purple Sob 3s that were really cute, and I was like, I need to get those because I always like to be, even like if I go to work, like I have on my Playa Society LA shirt from last year, but like I wear a lot of Sparks gear. Like I'm that girl. Like Liz was talking about, if she's into something, she's into something. Like I'm buying all the merch. Like I'm into it. So I'm like, I need those purple Sobs, and then I also need the teal Sobs. So
I just bought some. They're coming tomorrow, apparently. So,
but
I gotta buy my jersey.
Yeah, we gotta get it. So we really want. Maybe I'll save it. Maybe that'll be my crash out. I figured out what my crash out is. Actually,
okay, good, because I still don't have a crash out. So when we get to that segment,
we'll see what happens when we get there.
Yeah. But I think we can move into our next segment, and we have some really cool, and I'm going to put, I want to crash out with you on that. So we'll just do one crash out together. So I think we are going to move into, our parasocially speaking section. I want to talk about the same thing I talked about 2 days ago, because there has been developments. Okay. And, when two players that are that good looking hang out with each other, it's not crazy. And now we've got Sab. We call her Sab, by the way. I don't know,
like what people call her.
Yeah, I don't know what people call her. Well, we call her Rook, but she's not Rook anymore. So we got new Rooks. But when she was on the Sparks, we were calling her Rook a lot, but our friends would call her Sab because her name is Sarah Ashley Barker. So if you hear us say Sab, that's who we are talking about. But Sab showed up to the Portland game versus the New York Liberty wearing Emily's college jersey. So I don't know. What do you think? What does this mean? Are we crazy to think that they could be dating? I don't know.
I'm gonna say, like, what if they're trolling, right? Because
yeah, it's true. That would be awesome if they were trolling, though, for real.
I love a good troll. But also, too, like, if I really love my best friend, my friends, and if I had the opportunity to wear, like, your soccer jersey, I would wear it. And
but are they best friends? They just met each other this year, I swear.
You don't know.
I don't know that.
What happens in basketball stays in basketball. They might be besties. Now, I feel like too, just because of the nature of like how quick everything moves, kind of you gotta glue quick, right? Like,
Yeah.
they just started this team 2 weeks ago, and now they're playing against everyone. So, I see your proposition, and I raise like maybe they're just friends, and maybe they're just trolling us.
That's true.
It's like that's
Honestly,
a
I
very
would troll.
specific thing.
But you might you might F around and troll too hard that it becomes a thing. I feel like that's what happened with Saniya and Marina.
Yes. Yes.
You trolled too hard. You trolled too close to the sun.
And then you're in a whole relationship, which is funny. Like, I remember Sid and TP, like, Sid just being like, they might just be friends, with TP being like, they're gonna troll all the way down the aisle, and look at what happened.
Yeah, we're gonna see.
They might just be friends. I'm gonna have to see a lot more evidence, because I've been hurt before,
Yeah,
so, like,
I've been hurt before.
I just need to see, like, they're gonna have to be like, Leandria, we're dating, before I'm like, unless something else comes out. We'll see. Maybe that'll just be like the side thing that we talk about, like, just every week, just an update
on Emily and Sab. Okay?
Yeah, just to see what's happening.
If there's anyone out there that's besides Bryn and Lizzie listening to this podcast, and you have some information, add it in the comments, okay? Add it to the comments. Let me know what I need to be looking at, and I'm going to be looking it up, all right? Because I am invested now. I am very invested. And mostly just because I want them together. Honestly, I just want, they look happy. I love when people are happy. They're both good-looking people.
Friends.
Well, I want them to be happy lovers. Okay,
Okay. So yes, definitely, if you see anything to or against them being in a couple or not, just go ahead and drop that in the comments so that we can be in the know. It was funny too, because like Liz brought it up at our in the last podcast, and then I was just so happened to be scrolling through threads, and I was like,
yeah, you sent it to me. I didn't see that.
I sent it to her. I sent it to Liz, like, side eye, maybe.
I was like, part two.
I wasn't there before.
I got a lot of parasocial things that I want to talk about, but she wore her jersey. I gotta talk about it. She wore her jersey.
We gotta bring it up. It was timely. We would be remiss to not bring it up again.
Exactly.
So shout out to them. Their friendship, or more than friendship. We'll see. We'll let you know. Yeah. I didn't really have a parasocial this time. So then I was like, do I talk about people that are my type? Because Liz got to talk about her type in the last podcast.
Not just her. I can go on.
Yes.
I got a whole list.
Would you like to list some of the people that you're into?
I mean, Tosh Cloud. Yeah, Tosh Cloud.
I feel like Tosh Cloud's a lot of people's type. A lot of people.
She is. I think it's also like personality. Honestly, like,
very nice.
I think for me, I'm just very attracted to personalities too, and so you could not be the most attractive person, and I'd still be attracted to you if you have a really good personality. So,
Tosh Cloud does not suffer from that, though.
No, she does not. To be clear, to be very clear, I saw first.
And then, are you gonna share your other people?
I mean, I feel like I have one on every team, so we might be here forever if I do. I think.
Talk about?
No, I mean Alyssa Smith,
Jess Shepard. I thought you were going to
Jess Shepard. She's up. She's probably number one.
Next, she was first.
Mean, I don't know why Tasha Cloud came up. Probably because I just saw a TikTok she did with Izzy, and so that's why she was top of mind. Because I was like, oh, she looks good here. And then I think Jess Shepard's my number one, probably. Kate Martin, but she's a child. I really prefer the 30 and olders. But
same. For me, I was thinking about it too.
Actually, I have no idea how old Jess Shepard is. I'm gonna look it up now.
I think she was 29 the last time that we looked, but that was time ago. She might have turned 30. I don't know.
Yeah, let's look it up.
For me, it's really just like Saniya Rivers and Brittany Sykes, and I'm trying to think, is there anybody else?
She's 29.
She's 29. She's still 29.
August 9/11, so she's still 29.
9/11.
All right, at least she's not 21, so I feel better.
Okay, well that feels a little targeted, and
hey,
I don't.
It wasn't targeted. You are younger than me. You are younger than me
now. No. But
how old are you?
Saniya Rivers. I'm 35.
Oh, okay.
I'll be 36 in November.
That's right.
Yeah. But yeah, Saniya Rivers and Brittany Sykes, and they're not like, I think if you were to look at those two people together, you would be like, they don't look similar, but I think it's just the vibe.
It's
Just
a
the
vibe.
vibe. And also, it's interesting that I like Brittany Sykes so much because for so much of the last the last season when we were watching when she was playing against the Sparks, she was so much of an antagonist. Like when she was on the Mystics and when she was on the Storm. But I love her so much. Respectfully, shout out to her.
Respectfully.
Is
Her
it?
wife.
I don't know if it's her wife.
I think she's,
Yeah,
I think
it
she
might be
married.
her wife. Shout out to her. She's made a good decision. And it's not. She's just like, I feel like she's a very charming person, and she's really nice, and she dances a lot. And
I do love when people dance.
yeah,
I can't dance, so that's probably why I enjoy it.
I like to dance.
I have no rhythm.
That's something that I do like to do.
You are very good at dancing.
Oh, thank you, Fran.
Yeah.
See.
And you're good at a bunch of different types of dance. I mean, fun fact about Leandra is she's also very good at tap dancing. And I feel like that is not something that people do much anymore. And I feel like that takes a lot of talent. I always am like, how in the world does someone move their foot like that? I can't move my body, let alone, now I got to think about my feet. No,
Yes.
this ain't going to work.
The feet. I like tap dance. I danced from when I was like 5 until I was 18. I danced a little bit in college on a dance team, and then I stopped doing it. And now I'm trying to get back into it because it brings me joy. So I always like anybody who's dancing, like Erica Wheeler today, who's just like randomly dancing at different times. Like
I
I'm
love
always
her
gonna
vibe.
love that because I just feel like it's joyful, and you got to be joyful. There's a lot of things in the world that you could be upset about. So.
Well, I feel like you're saying that, so let's be upset about something, shall we?
Yes. I would like to crash out. Understand
Crash out.
why. Okay, so I have the Sparks Rebel jersey from last year. It's cool. You know, it's yellow, got the galaxy on the side. It's cool. Other people's Rebel jerseys were cuter last year, but I'm not an other people fan, right? Like I'm a Sparks fan. When I saw the Rebel jerseys, I think for the first time when we did, because like when they do the home games, they do like a video. So like last year it was like Not Like Us, and this year it's Gangster Nation, I think.
I think so.
And it's Ice Cube, but I think it's the group. But anyways, wait, that's not the important thing. When I saw those Rebel jerseys, I was like, I have to have this. This is amazing and wonderful. This is the most beautiful jersey I've ever seen in my life. So you can imagine my disappointment when initially the only jerseys that they had were Cam. Like,
Still.
only jerseys that they had were Cam. And I've noticed that too, like when you go into the LA team store, like at the time when they just had like an abundance of Cam jerseys, because I know she's a very popular player, she's a marketable player. I love Cam, like I'm not hating on Cam, but they would always just have like an overflow. Like when we first went in the team store to buy Rakia Jackson stuff, they didn't even have any Rakia Jackson jerseys. And I remember everybody being mad at the sales associates, even though they're not the people that stock it. But like, I think it's crazy. They didn't even have KP Rebel jerseys. It was like
Cam.
Cam
Only.
or you can just get the blank shirt with nothing on it, with no number on it, or you can get, you know, you can get it made to put your name and whatever number you want.
But you had to do that
it.
online. You can't do that in the store. You can't do that in the team store.
Wild to me. I remember for the first, it was actually that Sunday game. I was like, the jerseys dropped. I was like, okay, I'm going to buy one. I wanted to go pick one up in the store because, you know, you can like order it online for Dick's and then go like pick it up at Dick's. And I'm like, do they literally only have Cam Brink jersey? Like, this is wild.
In Dick's too, right? You said they only had Cam there.
They only have Cam. I saw KP for maybe a few days, but now when you go back, they only have Cam jerseys that you can pick up in the store. So what that tells me is like yes, at any point I could have gone online and like ordered a custom one now when you go on the WNBA store, they have everybody that's on the team. But like for the first week, they just had Cam Brink, and those were the only ones that they had in the store. And I just don't understand that. Like, okay, I get like you're going to order more of the jersey that sells the most, and like everybody loves Cam Brink. Like, she's amazing and wonderful. But like, you don't even have no KP jerseys?
That's why. Or NECA. Or Hamby. I feel like, you know, our big three should be getting more love.
Wild to me. Wild to me. Last year, I gave them the pass because I'm like, okay, they probably had a lot of Cam Brink stuff. She was number 2 draft pick. They had the stuff. And then she got hurt, unfortunately. So it's like, okay, so now they have this abundance of it, and they're just, you know, they're trying to sell it. They're trying to put it in the stores. But this year, I'm just like, this is a completely new jersey. It's actually cute, and you only have Cam Brink.
And I think and this is why I said I want to crash out with you on this, because, so I mentioned before that I also have Angel City season tickets. And when you're a season ticket member, you get a discount on merch. And that's the same with the Sparks. So if I go to an ACFC game, or if I go to a Sparks game and I go into the store and I purchase something, I get a discount with my season tickets. For ACFC, I also have a code. So I can purchase things on my phone or online and still get my discount. And we didn't get a code for the Sparks. And so I had emailed them and I was like, hey, is there a code I can use? And they're like, oh no. Even on their team store website. It's not like I was trying to get a discount from Dick's or from another, Fanatics, nothing. I'm trying to get it from your team store, and no, you can only use it online. And the reason why I'm crashing out about it is because
you only have
then give me more options. Exactly. Because I wanted to use it to purchase. I really wanted a KP jersey. This year. I already have a Rakia Jackson jersey, even though she's not on our team anymore, but I really wanted to get a KP jersey this year, or even a NECA. Honestly, if they were out of KP, I would have gotten NECA or Hamby. I have a list of order that I would order jerseys, and I couldn't. There is no code. You have to go into the store and use it, which I don't mind because I love to go shopping and we get there so early, and I like to go through the store because anti-crash out. They do have a lot more merch this year than they did last year.
Yes.
And a lot more good merch as well. Like they're selling Player Society in there. They have a lot of really cool merch. And you can buy jerseys for other players with the normal jerseys, or I think there could be Origin jerseys in there too. But not the Rebel jersey. The Rebel jersey in the store, the only one available is Cam Brink. And look, at the end of the day, am I gonna go online and buy myself a KP jersey? I sure the heck am, because I bought some shoes that I think will match with it, and that Leandria sent me. So I'm going to, but I just wish that I could have a code. And if you're not going to give me the code, that's fine. Give me more options in the store then.
Yeah, and I guess. What's also interesting to me is so that tells me that they've only sent Cam Brink jerseys to all of the stores.
Literally.
Like Dick's, the team store, if I went to Foot Locker, they only have Cam Brink jerseys. And I understand that they might not have a Saniya Fagan jersey in the store.
Correct.
But I would argue that the starters at least should be in the store, a few of them,
Cam is amazing, and to be clear, and I know Leandra already said this, we are not bashing Cam at all. We love Cam. We're so glad she's on our team. I don't want her to leave. I know when Lynn Roberts made that comment, people were like, oh, Cam's on her way out. And by the way, in the open practice, Lynn showed nothing but love to Cam and had said what a great relationship the two of them have. And no, I do not think that was lip service, and I do not think that she was saying that because she was trying to do damage control. I don't think that at all. I don't think that's not the vibe I get from Lynn. I think she's going to tell it how it is respectfully.
Exactly.
But that being said, Cam's amazing. We love Cam. We just don't want a Cam jersey. I want a KP jersey. I want a NECA jersey. I want a Hamby jersey. Let me get those jerseys and have them in the store.
Because let's say you only wanted to buy things from the store because you get your discount. I would only have Cam Brink merch.
Yeah, only.
There's what? How many people on the team with the development players? Is it 12?
14.
14. There's 14 people on the team.
Yeah.
Cam is amazing and wonderful, but she's not even a starter. Come on.
Yeah.
I think they had, and another thing, a little mini crash out before we move on. We have to move on. The first day that we went, the season opener was against the Aces. We go in the team store. Usually, and I'm guessing when they have Laker games, they open up the full team store when they have Kings games. But usually for Sparks games, it's only half of the store, and they kind of put a partition up. You can't go all the way to the back. They opened up the full store, so we're oh yeah, we're about to spend all our money today. Yeah. And on the first day, they had no jerseys.
None.
I'm y'all, they didn't even have Cam jerseys. Like, y'all,
No, none.
they literally had Laker jerseys. They had like Luka jerseys.
Yeah.
And it's like, this was always going to be the first day, regardless of if they came to agreement about the contract or not. Like, they put those dates out, what was that, like February, and everybody was talking shit, like, how are they putting dates out, you know, if they haven't even come to an agreement. But on the season opener against the Aces, which I feel like the Aces are kind of our rival. We might not be their rival, but like the Aces are kind of our rival, you know? You don't have any jerseys for any of the WNBA players. You want us to buy Laker merch? That's wild.
Literally.
That's wild behavior to me.
I know. Because that could have been someone's first game, and they might have been like, oh, I'm going to go buy a jersey and put it on on there, you know, and they didn't even have that option.
To wear, you know?
And even if we know that the CBA was signed late, you had dates and you might have not had everyone on your team yet, but you had a pretty good idea of who was coming back. You had a good idea that KP was not going to be leaving. So you could have made her jersey. You knew Hamby wasn't going to leave.
Yeah, I feel like in that instance, it would have been appropriate to just have like Hamby, Cam, and KP jerseys.
There you go.
Because you didn't know about the other people, right? But like you have Cam jerseys any other time. You mean tell me you couldn't have any Cam jerseys? And it was like the second time. So like that first game was on, that was what, like a Sunday. And then the next game was maybe on like a Wednesday. When we went on Wednesday, they had jerseys. So, you know, maybe it was like a late shipment, whatever. But I just think like, that
you need to be better prepared
for the Lakers. That would never happen for the Lakers. That would never happen for the Kings, you know? And when you go to Vegas, like, they're going to have more Aces stuff available for you. Even if you're going to Walmart, it's going to be way more Aces stuff than it's going to be, like, Golden Knights or Raider stuff. So I just...
Actually, I agree. We know for a fact because we've been there.
We know for a fact, right? Anywhere you go to Target, you go anywhere, you know, the places that are necessarily like the team store, they are going to have Asia Wilson stuff. And they're not just going to have Asia Wilson stuff. They're going to have Asia. They're going to have Jackie. They're going to have Chelsea Gray. Like,
I will say that has changed though, because like when I think before the last year when we were still going to Aces games, and we stay where the Aces play. We stay in that hotel, and you know that there's like between the Mandalay Bay and Luxor,
it's like the shops or something.
Shopping, yeah, and they have some sports stores there, and they actually did not have Aces stuff. They didn't. Yeah. And Marina and I would go and be like, this is really messed up that you guys don't. These other teams aren't even in season. We're at Lids and I can't buy an Aces hat. So it didn't actually used to be that way. And we actually crashed out on them. We said, sir, I don't know about the Raiders. I don't know about your Golden Knights. I don't know what other teams they have there. I was like, but I do know that they haven't won anything. And you have a team here who has won this MF championship, okay, like 3 times.
At the time too.
Yeah, at the time too. You know, back to back, and you guys don't have any merch. And you know what? The merch they did have, they had one jersey. And it was a Candace Parker jersey. And I was like, and I don't think you could buy it. It was just up there for looks. But they, now when you go, those stores have Aces merch. And so, you know what? A little delayed, but not denied. I will take it. You know, but they do. They have merch. They're always in the arena. They're selling them. They have a couple different places that we know because that arena is really small, where they have jerseys. I bought a Jackie Young jersey there. So, you know, look, they're going to have stuff. And again, I understand the CBA, you weren't sure. Hamby literally was on social media saying, I didn't even talk to any other teams. Like, she is a, you know, $1 million player and she didn't even entertain going anywhere else. She's staying in LA. You knew she was staying in LA. You could have had a Hamby jersey. You
could have had a Hamby jersey. You can't tell me a Hamby jersey. You can't tell me that you sold all the jerseys from last year. No. Just have a few up, even if it was 3 of them. We were the first people in the store. We would have seen them and we wouldn't have had to crash out on you right now. Yeah. And I will say, like, my sister lives in Vegas, so like when we go to, well, she lived in Henderson at the time. So even when they didn't have stuff in the the shops, it might not be the forum shops, that might be for the Caesar, but the little shopping area, even when they didn't have stuff there, they did have stuff in like the Walmart all the way in Henderson.
Oh, yes.
30 minutes away from the Strip, right? So,
and they have we haven't been there, but we need to. Maybe the next time we go to an Aces game this season. I heard that they have a like warehouse where they sell just Aces stuff, but it's off the Strip, so we would have to drive. But we drive to. I mean, the last few times we've flown, but we'll drive coming up, and we got to go find that. We got to go find that warehouse because I also heard that it's like cheaper buying it there than in stores,
like an outlet.
Well, that is our crash out.
That is our crash out. Hopefully, we got hype enough for the crash out.
We heard that we didn't crash out hard enough last time, so. You know, and to be fair, we're doing two different crash out. It could be we're crashing out about something. That's what we did today. It's what I kind of did last time. But we can also just like shout out a crash out. And I just I haven't seen a good crash out. Not one that was worth like shouting out yet. So this was us crashing out. Yeah.
This is our crash out. Have more jerseys. Have more stuff for us.
Have more stuff for us. So, but now to end. Now we're coming towards the end. Who are you going to stick beside? Who are you going to stick beside?
So I'm going to stick beside the Connecticut Sun. As mentioned several times before, I love Saniya Rivers. She's my favorite player. But also, I was like, okay, I'm going to watch this game. I knew that we were going to talk about the open practice and stuff. But I was like, okay, there's this game on. It's on the WNBA pass. I can watch it. Like, let me watch it. And that was a painful game to watch. They were down by 30 often. There was one point where they kind of closed the lead, and then we just lost all that momentum, and they were down by 30. And I think I read somewhere that there were 13 turnovers, which was, had those turnovers not been turned over, that was the 30 points that they were missing, right? But I don't care. I'm gonna stick beside the Connecticut Sun. I don't care if they, because last year I think they were like the second to last, and the Wings were had the most losses. I don't care if they, switch places with the Wings. Like, I'm going to stick beside them. I think they're all individually really good players. I saw some people on social media talking about, Saniya Rivers' shot or, Anissa Morrow not coming off the bench, whatever. I think it's really easy when people are losing to talk badly about the team. I think it's a little bit harder to be loyal and, like, stick beside people. BG's out right now with a rib injury. I'm going to stick beside the team. I feel like they have the potential to do the thing. And I know that, like, there's, there might not be an investment 100% from the people that need to be investing in the women. And, next year they'll be the Houston Comets, right?
Yeah, they're new ownership. So it's like, I don't know how much this ownership cares about seeing it develop. They're leaving. Yeah.
But I'm going to stick beside them. I'm hoping that they can get it together because they do also have like a relatively young team, and they have new players. And I know that the coach is doing a thing where like the starters are the people that, he feels is hungry, whatever it is, right? But I'm going to stick beside them. I just hope that they're able to play a little bit better, gel a little bit more, not have as many mistakes because, they could have won that game.
Yeah.
There's nothing inherently wrong with them.
They're just really young.
They're really young.
I think it really is like it really illuminates the importance of having veterans on your team.
Because I think about like when they had Tina Charles last year.
Yeah.
And like Marina last year, like I felt like Saniya really thrived, and to me, she played a little bit better. I don't know about box scores and stuff like that. But having those people on the team really helped them, and they had pretty much the same amount of like rookies and younger players, but they had a few people before people got hurt because JC was on the team at the beginning
last year,
right?
Sheldon, is her last name Sheldon? Are you talking about the girl that's now on the Sky? I think she's on the Sky now.
Potentially, the girl that got in the fight that one.
Yeah, JC.
Yeah. She was there initially. Bria Hartley was there. Bria Hartley's now on the
TikTok live. That girl comes up on my TikTok live so much while I'm scrolling. She might not be that much, but I'm like, why is she showing up so frequently? I don't follow her.
Still there, or is Lacan gone?
She's still there, but she's overseas. She still had like an overseas commitment.
So she's not
but
back.
but they have the team. They just need it. But Lacan was a rookie last year, no? So she's not even that old either. But she comes back. They're gonna have to waive somebody. So I don't know who they're gonna waive because their team is full right now. And when they activate her contract, they're gonna have to waive someone. I think some people are thinking it's gonna be a UCLA girl, maybe.
I mean, Neekins was doing the damn thing though. Of the people,
that's who they think it is. That's who I'm hearing. That's
crazy.
The name. That's what I'm hearing. Social media say. I don't know what's there's being said inside.
That's what the streets are saying. Neekins was one of the people that saved them from not having a terrible, terrible game. But yeah, I'm gonna stick beside him. Who are you sticking beside this
well, week? You brought her up, so I'm gonna stick behind. Look, we're from LA, all right, and in LA, you are supposed to be a USC fan or UCLA fan. They hate each other. You got to pick one or the other. But I don't care. I don't attest to that. All right. Like I'm a rule breaker. I'm not at all, which is what's funny. I'm such a rule breaker.
Liz is a crash out queen and a rule breaker.
I am a wild woman. Yeah.
Wild thing.
But I don't agree to that. I don't want to agree to that. I root for USC and I root for UCLA. And when they play each other, I hope no one gets hurt and everyone's healthy. This year, though, I did root for UCLA. One, because they were better. But two, because I am a huge Juju Watkins fan. And she's not playing right now. And so I want her college. I want her team to do well because I support her. But if she's not playing, I don't. She's who really grounds me to USC. So, this year with the UCLA girls, I really love Kiki Rice. I really love Lauren Betts. I really liked Janiah Barker when she was Barker when she was on that one, and then she went to Tennessee. And now she's on the Aces. I really loved her. I really loved so many of their seniors, and so. Who I'm going to stick behind or beside is the UCLA girls. I think some of them are showing up and showing out, right? People gave Gabriela Jaquez so much crap for being the number 5 pick. Everyone's like, oh, man, the sky, that they were too high on her. She's starting. You think they're too high on her? I mean, she's about to be out, and I just saw that she's having knee problems, so I hope it's nothing serious. And, but... Girl can ball. She is good on both ends of the court. She is aggressive. In the national championship, that girl was crashing the boards. Like, she's so flipping good. And so for people to say she shouldn't have been a number 5 pick, I'm sure they're all eating their words now. Yeah. And then Kiki Rice was always that girl, in my opinion. I have loved Kiki for so long, and now she is starting, maybe just for the time being, but she is starting right now. And I feel like she's making impact on the tempo.
She's doing really well.
She's doing really well. No one really, I think people always knew Kiki was good. I think there was a lot of people who had said a lot of negative things about Lauren Betts, and then they saw her play in March Madness, and then they started eating their words. And then there were some people that were like, why didn't Dallas get the big that they needed? There was some really good bigs right there, but they didn't. And I think and Gianna and Clarice on the Connecticut Sun, and Dugalich on, she's also on the Mystics. But I think the person I really am going to, besides all of them, I really want to stand behind is Lauren Betts. I think, Marina met Lauren in Vegas. They were doing a tournament there when they were in college, and she came over and had a conversation with Marina and was really kind to her. And, I think she's a really good person. The things that she has said about mental health and the importance of taking care of your mental health. I just think that, you have to be drafted to a team that's the right fit for you. And I pulled up her stats earlier, and I just, she only has 5.6 points per game. She's not getting that many minutes. The most points that she scored was against the Dallas Wings. 11 points is the most that she scored. In her first game, she had 0 points. 12 minutes. 18 minutes is the most she's played. She's not getting that many minutes. And I just don't think, like, they just didn't need her. You know, like, they just didn't need Lauren there. I know she's kind of like the backup to Shakira, but, you know, I think they have so many bigs in Washington. And, you know, I just wish that she had went to a different team. But she seems happy, you know, which is the most important thing. Like, she seems happy. She's probably having a really good time. But just because the stats aren't saying how good she is, I think that she's going to be really good once she gets more consistent playing time. I think it's also probably hard for college players to, and like the number 1, number 2 kind of draft picks, to be the person that comes off the bench. Like, you're so used to being the person that starts. Like, Lauren Betts was UCLA basketball, right? And they played around her, and she has to figure out this new role and this new team. And I think give her grace the same way that I say give any of the rookies grace. You know, people needed to give AZ grace, and now she showed them why, right? So I think I'm going to stand behind the UCLA girls. I wish them nothing but success in the W. I hope that they get minutes, and if they don't, I hope their minutes are impactful. I just really support them and really enjoy watching them play in the W.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did it again.
We did it again. Our new logo. I put it up there.
Our new logo.
With our new name, Courtside Banter.
Hit me.
But,
all right, friend. Well,
number 2, done.
We did number 2.
We did.
What do we want to leave the people with? I think I want to encourage people. So we looked at shoes of people.
Yeah.
I need to be a better steward of my money, but I would like to buy some shoes. Maybe we can do like a YouTube, like I think you can do a what's that thing called? Like a poll. So we're gonna post the shoes of the players that we saw today, and you guys vote and let me know which shoes I should actually buy, because I want all 3 of them, but that would be a bad choice. So
3, 4. I really most of them are Nikes.
Yeah.
Are they all Nikes? Were they all Nikes?
They're all Nikes, unless
they're all Nikes. Just so everyone knows.
Yeah, they're all Nikes.
Yeah.
So you let us know in the comments or in the poll which ones we should get. What do you want to leave the people with?
I want to leave the people with peace, love, and happiness.
We love that.
Peace, love, and world peace. No,
world peace.
Yeah, support your teams. There's like 400 games on tomorrow. I've got a busy next couple days, so I can't promise how many games I'll be able to watch. But, you know, leave some love on our, apparently that's good. Yeah, as long as we continue to enjoy doing this, we're going to keep doing it. So,
yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Hopefully my sound is better. Oh, and by the way, I don't think role players is a bad terminology, and I got some crap about using it describing certain players who are starters and not role players. But I think my definition of role players is different, and we will talk about that later.
Yeah, there's a connotation. We'll talk about it.
Yeah. All right. Have a nice night.
Bye.
Bye.